Hello everyone, welcome to a constructed video on MTG Arena. So first of all, I would like to thank Wizards of the Coast for featuring me as a content creator this week. They're posting my links places and gave me some free stuff, and that's all very much appreciated. So let's go ahead and get into it. Today I want to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be trying to play a deck in the constructed event, which is best of one, see if we can rack up some gold and free cards. In that vein, I'm trying Sultai Command the Dreadhorde, but we're doing something a little bit different. Instead of the normal, there'll be like 2 cast downs and a couple Assassin's Trophies or something like that. I'm playing some big, powerful, proactive cards in the form of Cavalier of Gales and Cavalier of Thorns. This means that in the best of one environment where we don't necessarily get to choose, we don't get to adjust after a game, we don't want cards like cast down that are straight up dead in some matchups. Instead, we'll just be trying to beat small creatures by overpowering them with our superior creatures. The reason I'm doing this in this strategy is because Cavalier of Gales is basically my favorite card in Standard right now. It's so much fun to play with, and it's so powerful, especially if you play it alongside Tamiyo, Collector of Tales. Playing this on 4 and then Cavalier on 5 is such an enormous advantage. It basically is the equivalent of a 5/5 flyer that draws you at least 2, usually 3 cards. I should say 3 cards worth of value. It usually nets you 2 cards. This thing is just insane. That's pretty much all I got to say. You've all seen Sultai Command the Dreadhorde decks before. It's pretty straightforward. Play explore creatures, play big, powerful things, then when you're both out of resources, resolve a giant Hydroid Krasis or Command the Dreadhorde. And yeah, just win the game that way. Alright, without further ado, I'll go ahead and get into the games. Alright, getting into it. You may notice the rank isn't here. Today I decided to try something different and play the constructed event. I don't know what the consequences of this will be. I haven't played one of these in like a year. But mostly I just spent all day getting beat up in the ranked queue really bad while I was streaming, so I want to do something different. If you can't stand to see people lose, then my stream is not right for you, because oh man, do we do a lot of losing. Opponent mulliganing. This is a pretty good hand. We need to find black, but our deck isn't that black heavy, like we don't need it for a while, compared to we already have triple green and triple blue accounted for, and that's more important, especially with this hand. Alright, mono red. Probably, yep. Sure. This matchup is not spectacular. The Cerulean Drakes help, and obviously the Wildgrowth Walker package is great if you can get it going, but like sometimes they just lightning strike your Wildgrowth Walker, kill your next blocker, and beat you down, and you just die. Their deck is so efficient. They want to 2-for-1 themselves against my Branchwalker, that is a-okay. Light up the stage, maybe? No, skewer. I was just about to comment how crazy it is that we basically have another Lightning Bolt in Standard, and these decks generally don't play it. Alright, gonna go ahead and go with the Branchwalker again, and then probably play an Overgrown Tomb tapped. I'm gonna bin that now. We don't have any Explore creatures left, so I think this is unlikely to be good. Be a Pyromancer, sure. Probably gonna take 2 to Tamiyo next turn. I will happily block if they attack. Yep. Huh. Change of plans. Since this trades so well with the Viashino Pyromancer, we're gonna go ahead and just try to not take damage. We've got a good shot this game. If they go like Land Experimental Frenzy, we're in a lot of trouble, but we're keeping our life total relatively high and pressuring their resources pretty well. Yeah, like they'll play this, they'll probably Lightning Strike the Seekers Squire and attack for 4. This is just an interesting decision because it gets through one more damage right now. Like, they can hit me down to 11, but, like, they gotta use this right now, so that's all they're doing with their turn, and they just gave up a 2-1. So it's like, would you rather deal an extra damage or have a 2-1 in play when my board is blank? I think the answer is generally the 2-1. Oh. Well, that's good and bad. Well, now if we can ever resolve a Command the Dreadhorde, we can gain a lot of life back. Chain Whirler, sure. Probably just gonna Krasis. We'll go with exit 5 here. Gain a couple life. No attacks. This way Tamiyo can really just put this game away. Like I said, if they'd had an Experimental Frenzy a couple turns ago, I think we'd be dead, but as is, I think we're pretty set here. Well, and then they Druid played the Frenzy. Okay. We don't have, like, any way to deal with this, so... Well... Going with both here. If they want to chump, that's fine. Then we'll have a big blocker for whatever's left. And if they don't, now we can kill them with Krasis in the air next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So exit 6. Whew, those are some stinky draws, but they got one turn. They need the top of their deck to be really good here. Okay, that was a good start, as long as there isn't another one. Alright. They need to hit 6 more points of burn right off the top. There's 2. Alright, one more. Okay. Whew. Alright, one win in the books. Alright, game 2. The constructed event. This is fine. I'll go with Drowned Catacomb on 1. So then we can Wildgrowth Walker on 2 and have our colors. Okay. It appears that best of 1 means all linear aggro all the time, which I guess I could have guessed. That's a little annoying. The rest of the things we're going to be able to block pretty effectively. Llanowar Elves, right on time. We can somewhat guess that this is vampires rather than, like, just White Weenie. Because White Weenie wouldn't really play Duskborn Skymarsher. I hope that they don't have 3 mana Sorin, because, yeah. Okay. God, this card is so gross. Oh, God. Man! I played so many games with this deck, and I could never get this draw. Just, no matter how many times I tried, it never lined up. Ugh. Attacks aren't very good. We might be able to sneaky kill Sorin with Hostage Taker, like taking out their blocker or something like that. We might also just, like, I don't know, Tamiyo and Uptick try to set up a big Command the Dreadhorde. It's going to be tough to keep our life total high enough for this to be good, though. Yeah, if you can consistently go Vampire, Vampire, Sorin on the play, and Sorin drop Champion of Dusk specifically, this is like the best deck in Standard. But I can't even manage to string together the Mistcloaked Herald and Curious Obsession, so this is way too much for me. Okay. He's pretty annoying. He makes attacking really bad.
My bloodline flows through you.
I swear to God, if they put in another Champion of Dusk, I'm gonna lose it.
No pain.
Oh my God. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Oh my God. Why? God, and that makes them lose so much life they're gonna trigger the Knight too. Whew. Some games you are just not meant to win. Guess we just eat the 1/1. There's like an argument for chumping here so that we can try to get it back with Command the Dreadhorde, because it more than replaces itself as far as life. Got the City's Blessing and this board on turn 4. Seems very fair. Is that even good? No. Note that this will enter tapped, so we actually have to shock ourselves here, which is a little unfortunate, but gotta pay attention to that. Our attacks here are not very good. No. I think our best bet here is to try to trade off as much as possible and steal the game with a Command the Dreadhorde. Like, we can put Wildgrowth Walker on the Knight so that they give it, or whatever they give, Death Touch and Lifelink, chump/trade everywhere else that we can. Then we command it all back, we'll gain 1,000,000,000,000 life again.
I understand you are in need of support. Strength is born of struggle.
If they don't want to play that game, though, if they want to like play it slow and just try to Ajani, we can use Hostage Taker to try to mess them up instead. God, this draw is so insane. Which, it always is going to be insane when you draw 7 extra cards, but... Okay. So we could Command the Dreadhorde here, but I don't think that's very good. I think we need to try to get some of our creatures off the table. Problem is if they're just attacking us with these, then that's like not gonna work. So let's see, we have 5. We can take their Sky Marcher and replay it. That'll force them to start attacking on the ground. It seems okay to me. Okay, that's a really good play. If they see through my game, what they'll do is they'll activate... Okay, that doesn't look like what they're doing. They could activate Sorin to kill the Aspirant and just keep murdering me with this Sky Marcher in the air. And every hit I take that way is like really bad for me.
Blood is the lies.
Okay, they are doing that, but they didn't... I wonder why they didn't just keep loading up the Sky Marcher then. So this gets +3/+3, so it goes up to 9. Oh. think we might just be sort of sunk anyway. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna do this. Alright, we got 14 life to work with. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. 11. This is like not as good as I kind of needed it to be. I get to kill something. Huh. If we kill the flyer, they just get it back, but that'll slow them way down. Ooh. That's my kind of card. Okay. We were in a lot of trouble there, but Command the Dreadhorde is a stupid card. Next turn, we can cast Krasis with X equals 6. I'll probably go for 6, not 7.
Our fiends thirst for life.
You can still fight.
Interesting that they're just trying to build up a big ground board. They're not trying to go over my head. We can't even really block to kill this at all. There's just like no way. Okay. What? Does this have trample? Oh, they just want to gain a lot. Okay, that makes more sense. Whoa. Game lagging out a bit there. And then they don't have a flyer, so I think we want to... And they've got all the mana in the world, so Sorin is like not actually that scary anymore. I want to start poking down this Ajani.
Are you finished?
Yeah, they were like really far ahead, but I don't love how they played this game. I think they needed to play it a little differently, and they could have like killed us in the air, or at least pressured our life total enough that Command the Dreadhorde wouldn't be good. Yeah, like, what are they even... Okay, they shoot that. Sure, I've got a 6/6 flyer now. And mine has trample.
Look how far you have come.
Okay. That's the third Sorin Imperious Bloodlord. Huh. They could have given up multiple vampire bodies to kill my Krasis if they want.
Flows through you.
I'm gonna block to kill this here. I think this is a fine trade in general, but I'm looking to set up a Tamiyo on Command the Dreadhorde and then Dreadhording this all back anyway, so giving up Explore creatures is like actively good. They got one unknown in hand, but I can't imagine it's anything too good.
You have only won a battle.
Huh. Let's play this first. I'm going to Tamiyo and just downtick to be guaranteed to have the Command the Dreadhorde.
Let us have a storied battle worth.
I was hoping I could set up something good where I knew I had something good on top for her to find it, but yeah, dang. Like, they had such an amazing opening, but they just weren't quite able to finish, so we're 2 out so far. Alright, game 3. Off to a good start. So far, I'm liking the composition of my deck. Like, if basically any of the cards that we've drawn so far had been a cast down or something like that, I think those games would have been a lot harder. But our very powerful proactive strategy was just really good. Blood Crypt into Gutter Bones. Okay. It appears that what I said was correct. No one wants to interact in Best of 1. This is a little unfortunate. This Command the Dreadhorde isn't going to be very good. Ooh, I will block that. I don't want that to get out of control. It's unfortunate we're dying pretty fast here, but if that became like a 4-4 or whatever, that would be much worse. That's a good card. We're going to take a lot more damage here, but Jadelight Ranger into Ravenous Chupacabra should be pretty good for stabilizing. Ah! Yeah, we might just be dead. Lands we do are really unfortunate this game. Oh my gosh. Why? On the draw against black-red aggro, we draw 5 shock lands. I'm kind of surprised that wasn't a Judith. Again, taking a quadrillion damage, which really sucks, but can't just let that get bigger. Like, we're gonna kill it eventually. Well, that's not good for us. Huh. I'm actually gonna play this untap. This way we don't have to shock in a land, and, like, this blocks about as well. And, okay, so we're just super dead. Alright. Got linear aggroed. Might have been able to win if we won the die roll or our lands weren't as painful, but that just happens sometimes. It's why people play linear aggro in Best of 1. Alright. Let's try to bring this back. So far, we've learned that what I believed for the last year is correct, and that Best of 1 is kind of garbo, because it's just all linear aggro. Like, there's no variety. All 3 of these games have played out, yeah. All 4 matches so far have played out like the exact same way every time. That's not good Magic. That's not interesting or fun. Graveyard that. Unfortunately, we are not going to get to cast our Cavalier on time. We already have 3 non-blue sources accounted for. Okay, nothing yet. Okay, so actually if we draw a blue land, we can Cavalier next turn. That's pretty good. Wizard's Lightning, probably trying to set up a light up the stage. No, skew the critics? Okay. I'm telling you that people, like, haven't been playing this card much recently, but my opponents have. And I'm not complaining or anything. This card's gross. It's just Lightning Bolt. Oh, God. If we draw a blue source and can stick a Cavalier, we might be okay here, but as with the other games, not only are we playing against linear aggro, we keep just getting run over. Yeah, we can't cast, like, any of our spells. Go, I guess. Yeah, that was the absolute worst draw possible. Could cast any other card in our entire deck. This is the only, literally the only card left that we couldn't cast. It's brutal. Yeah. I hope no one's too attached to the Best of 1 video. Don't think I'm gonna be playing anymore. Oh, God. Come on, opponent, kill me! we don't block, we take 6, go to 5, 3 down to 2, we're basically dead. It's like our only hope is off a chump, but that's like not a real hope. The hand looked fine, just drew very poorly. We did not draw a usable card at any point. Alright, technically not dead on board with this. Maybe all 3 of these cards will be blank. Come on, I hate stuff like this. Like, okay, are they doing stuff? Okay, I was just about to complain, but okay, they got me dead. I get it. Oh boy. Alright. That turned bad very fast. Alright, back's against the wall. Hoping to not totally embarrass myself. Alright, this hand's excellent. Hopefully that matters. This will be our first match against Esper Control. Nope. Oh. Double Curious Obsession time? No, no Curious Obsession. I am stunned. Alright, now we're going to do that thing where we're playing against mono blue, and I'm going to cast a spell every turn, and I wouldn't be surprised if not one of them resolves. We'll just die to this. Next turn we can Jadelight Ranger into Wildgrowth Branchwalker. And like, if they've just got a mostly aggro hand, like if they've got a bunch of Siren Storm Tamers and stuff, or even like a Curious Obsession. Oh. Huh. This is not what I expected. I was gonna say, like, we can beat those plans. This and this are not a combo. I wonder what they're up to. Seems like a really odd choice. I kind of smell an unsummon here, which makes me just want to play another Wildgrowth Walker. Like if I played Jadelight, it would be extra bad. But if I play Branchwalker and they just unsummon this, then I'm kind of spinning my wheels and not doing anything. And they're not applying that much pressure yet, so I think I can play this a little careful. Whereas next turn, like, I can beat a counterspell because I can play Branchwalker and Jadelight Ranger, and if either of those resolve, I'm probably in good shape. Alright, so this is just mono blue, I think. Just with some different card choices. Maybe cutting down on like Spell Pierces or something. Maybe they think that's not as good. Or, not Spell Pierce, but Dive Down. Cool. We even don't even have to shock in the Overgrown Tomb now. It's pretty neat. And if this resolves, I just get to beat down with both of these. And we've gained a trillion. Alright, last chance to unsummon my Wildgrowth Walker if that's what you're in the market for. then let's do this. And obviously we don't know what they have going on, but this could be a good example of wanting to be more proactive. If they're sitting on like 2 dive downs, the fact that we haven't played any reactive cards and we're just smashing into them, yeah. Like here, they get to trade a Strix with one of my walkers, which is a little annoying. But it's like they're trading Strix and dive down. Oh, they're not even going to trade. They just use this as a gain 4. Alright, I guess. We are a little flooded here, so we're going to need these bad boys to go the distance. I'm glad that Tidebinder Mage isn't in Standard. So this is scary now. This is going to draw them a lot of cards. Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're just like a bigger, more spells-based version of Mono Blue? Odd. Is this just, insurance against, what's it called? Hydroid Krasis? That's what it looks like right now. Yeah, like here, they're gonna hit me for 10, which is like a lot. But... are they dead? 1 plus... so 5 total. 11, 17. Yeah, they need to play a creature, they're just dead. Graveyard. Even if we won't get to draw cards off of this, it'll just be a super massive monster. Like even an unsummon here, we get to hit them for 11. They're really under the gun. Nope. Yep, they got a little too aggressive, and we didn't try to interact, so they weren't able to do anything as we beat the crap out of them. Alright, 3-2 against linear aggro so far. Okay. I was gonna say what match it was, but I forget. Game 6, I think? Yeah, this hand will work. They mulled to 6 on the play, so they might just kind of peter out here. We've got an early play, big defensive body, card that should put the game away. Our worst nightmare is just like if they have like a removal spell for this, deal a lot of damage, and then can stick an Experimental Frenzy as their absolute last card. Because then the mulligan just didn't matter at all. Would really love to draw a play here. No? Okay. Man, is this like what I described? Is this gonna be like another Pyromancer? Okay. Game's not over yet, but our life total is really low. Graveyard that, I guess. Why do you always show up after the Explore, guys? Come on, Wildgrowth Walker. Yeah. Alright, you guys ready for desperation play? Just don't want to take a bunch more damage. I think if we can keep our life total relatively high and stick this guy, then eventually we can dig back into it. But if I'm taking 2 damage every turn for the rest of the game, we're just dead. Yeah, like at least this slowed them down. I mean, that's not Experimental Frenzy, but that's, like, just as bad. Alright, dead to any 2 damage spell. Probably dead anyway. Yup. Oh boy. Alright, so we played 6 games against 6 different people on 6 linear aggro decks. Maybe that's your cup of tea, maybe you love playing against that, but I don't. So I think we're going to be done with best of 1. Alright, what do we got? Yeah. The fact that you don't start getting guaranteed rares until, like, up here is really gross. So, meh, mediocre result. I think the deck is pretty good. Normal version's probably better. I'll see if I can find some way to get Cavalier of Gales into the deck, but that's all I got for today. Thank you again to Wizards for sponsoring me. If you want to see, I'll be the featured streamer on Thursday, so go ahead and tune in then for hopefully a better performance than this, but no promises. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.